one for a couple weeks, I think.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, because my parents are up and stuff like that. So we'll make the most of what we have tonight. Who wants to catch us up on what happened last time?
Introducing Mao.
Do something.
You listen to it.
Say words.
So we started the last session right on the heels of we were kind of like licking our wounds, staring into the fireplace. We kind of had was a lot of just conversations with different people in the bandit crew. You two in particular went into the general's office and got some cool swag.
I don't think they got it. They stole it.
Stole some
You
cool swag.
didn't see anything.
Mrs. Q was cooking up a feast for everyone in the kind of like the outer courtyard.
Yeah.
Through the different conversations, we learnt that Ajax's memory loss is a lot worse than we thought, and he cannot remember anything to do with Petra. And when he tries, there's just nothing there. But everyone else can still remember Petra. And then through different conversations and trying to like scope things out, we did. I think it was. I think Elle did like a detect magic or something like that, and we were able to determine that there is some necromancy magic in place on Ajax. And that's where we ended with a dang.
I'd also like to add my favorite parts from last episode was Steph's commentary when she thought she was on Dace. They were hilarious.
Oh yeah, there's no editing.
No, it's great. It's great. The gasps were hilarious.
I never thought there was, but I just forget, honestly. I react way too much to everything that's happening.
I love it. I love it so much.
There was also a comical amount of delay between what
Yes.
she was hearing of us, and so everyone would be like, dang, and it's like, count to 3, dang.
Yeah.
Or it's all quiet and like, so sexy.
It seems like we have the delay fixed though, Steph. You seem to be responding in normal time.
Okay. Okay.
All right, yeah. So we pick up kind of in the courtyard of the bandit fortress. After Elle, I believe it was Sir Basil and Cam had sidled their way up behind Ajax to get a read on the magic coming off of him, with a very, very prominent aura of necromantic energy kind of coming in a nerve map around Ajax that Elle can sense. And one thing that happened at the very end, Camembert reached out to try and identify what it was that was plaguing Ajax, and came up with the conclusion that there was a very powerful, very creepy curse currently plaguing him. And as we start today's session, I am going to need everyone except for Cam to leave the table.
What?
Where are we gonna go? Wait, guys, there's a puzzle.
Go into the office.
What?
Why did people come?
Yeah, why did we come?
Ah!
Steph, you wanna join us?
I'll text you. I'll text you when you can come back
Steph's
down.
not taking my phone.
Then I'll yell when you can come
Steph
back
can
down.
stay there, I'll just mute.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, yeah, where do I go? But I'll we'll see.
My orchid is on the desk, Georgina!
I can't mute.
You can't mute?
No.
Oh, wait, we can do this.
No, we can't because I'm using that for the recording.
Oh.
I can go. I'll
Bring your phone and I'll text you when we're done.
Oh, and I'll take these out or I'll be able to hear everything even though I'm far away.
That's fair. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was waiting for.
What's up?
Alright, what's up? Alright, so as you reach out with the identify spell, kind of using your gifts and the gifts bestowed to you so far. Your magic kind of bumps up against this necromantic wall, and you immediately get the sense that this is a curse taking hold over Ajax.
Okay.
As soon as you brush up against this wall, your vision goes dark. You become very, very warm on the front of your body and very, very cold on the back.
Okay.
And you see a pinprick out in the distance of this little kind of zigzagging vein that kind of moves and fades from white to green as it starts to snake its way towards you.
Hello there.
Kind of just stops, starts to move away, slithers to the side. As you push through, still feeling the curse in front of you. You can't see what you're doing, but you can still feel the pressure you're putting on this magic that's taking over Ajax. The more you push, the closer this bead comes to you. And as the identify completes and you get the sense that this is a very powerful bestow curse spell, the bead of light bursts like a firework in front of your eyes, almost like sparklers landing on your skin. You can feel it, but you can't.
Okay.
And you are shunted out.
Oh no. I have so
I'll
many
text you.
questions.
What's your question?
Am I doing a good job? Did I get it right?
The roll an insight check.
Come on. I think it's like a 16. Ooh. Skills. 14.
14. Your memory of your time in this place is hazy at best because you were dead.
That's usually how that goes.
That's usually how it goes. This doesn't so much feel like it did before. It doesn't feel like a memory. It feels like a shadow. You speak, but you have an idea that nothing is really there to respond. Whatever you're bumping up against is different from where you were. And you are shunted out.
Okay.
I will text everyone, come back.
Come on back. Okay.
Come back! Think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, you don't want me to think. That's... So there's nothing there.
I know. So we saw, we're like, look, we can take care of this.
Mine is very sad.
Our Monstera?
Yeah, I'm there. Do you want those?
Maybe not that.
Definitely not a bed.
Who are you giving away? Are you
Your
giving away
squirrel.
my child?
Pillows.
You're giving away my pillows? Those are not yours to give.
Only.
When
All
you're
right.
Judging your face.
Oh,
like,
what's
what-
that? The
what
silver
did
plant
she
that we
tell you?
repotted. The silver leaf.
Silver bay, silver birch.
Silver bird.
It's also called a Chinese evergreen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it begins with A? Does it begin with A?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Alright, I've been going ham. I don't know why.
We have others.
Yeah, we have more candy too.
All right. So, as the three of you hear Elle dang escape her mouth as she detects magic on Ajax, and Cam You can see him just perform a little spell very quietly off to the side. As you say, "Dang, Elle," you can see Brenna Ceridian's ear kind of flick as she gives you sort of a side eye. She seems to have noticed your presence there when she didn't notice you before. She kind of looks back over at Ajax and the captains that she has been speaking to and just sort of nods, excuses herself, and makes her way over to the three of you. We're ready to go when you are.
Am I here?
It's just the three of them
Okay,
for
that's
right
what I thought.
now.
Yeah, okay.
But you two are not, I think they only traveled like 40, 50 feet away from you.
Okay.
Like you can see this all happening.
Okay, got it.
You good? You look a little...
Yeah, okay.
Great.
What about yourselves? Did you guys get any rest?
We're fine. We need to push on though if we're going to make it to Bracken Mill, and the sooner we get out of here, probably the better. She's going to kind of like look over her shoulder and kind of shepherd you away. I believe you. Ajax isn't right. But we need to get him away from all of the innocent people here.
What do you suggest?
That we leave like we were going to do and just walk. When we're out of this place, the captains know what to do. We'll handle it. Just keep an eye on him. I don't know what's going on, but if he's a danger to my troops, then we gotta get him out. So the plan is...
I'm cooking.
Yeah, you guys aren't there. The plan is for you, me, and Ajax to travel alone to this meeting.
You meaning like our group?
The royal you.
Okay.
Okay, good. Mrs. Q does not want to be left behind.
The royal you. So, if you're ready to go, I'm itching to go. She kind of like rubs an eye a little bit.
Sir Basil says we'll gather the group and we'll prepare to head out.
5 minutes at the front gate. She turns and walks away.
Sir Basil turns to Cam and says, you doing alright?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. So let's get going.
Okay. Turns back to Mrs. Q and conveys the plan to the both of you.
Alrighty. Mrs. Q sort of like looks like she's in a game mode. She's totally down. She's ready. She taps one of the folks who have been helping on the shoulder and asks them to sort of take over the food. She grabs only the essentials, which of course includes her frying pan, which has been making some amazing lunch. And like picks up her bag, and well, that's basically all she needs. So she's ready.
Alright.
Quick question: Has Elle conveyed to the group what she has seen or discovered?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
There's some urgency from Ceridian, but I don't think you've said anything yet.
No. Elle is gonna go over to Cam and kind of like tug on his sleeve.
Hey, what's up?
Something really, really, really bad is going on with Mr. Ajax. I could see it.
I think you should trust your judgment on that one. I think you're a smart kid.
Just gonna squint at you a little bit. I know that Miss Brenna wants him away from all the innocent people, but do you think he'll hurt us?
I don't know, but we should probably be ready for that to be the case. So keep that.
Second, I have to go answer our phone.
Oh no!
So with that, kid, I want you to keep your eyes peeled as I turn to the rest of the group to see what they want to do.
That is such unfortunate timing.
Okay, they're at dinner with other me.
Alright. I'll mute Steph.
Just for now.
There she goes.
Do we get a sense of?
Oh, she's back.
It was just my brother.
Do we get a sense of the? Obviously, like so, looking at Ceridian, Ajax, but like even the rest of their gang. Like, what's the vibe this morning?
Yeah. So the morning, like you're into late morning ish now. You kind of slept in a little bit later, and it was restless sleep at best. So you can see now that like Brenna and Ajax is kind of strapping on a shield. Brenna is sort of just adjusting her armor, putting some provisions in a pack. The rest of the encampment here, you can see that there are what appear to be like higher ranking officers, those that have been speaking with Brenna and Ajax all day, kind of walking around the different clusters of people here. They are equipped with like a sword or a crossbow, with some well-fitting leather armor, things that kind of signify that they are higher officers here in the bandit encampment. And they seem to be stepping up. So it appears that they are starting to give orders. You can see little clusters that are starting to move towards the provisions tent to start preparing a lunch with Mrs. Q's help. You can see that there are those that are heading towards the front gate to start looking at their reinforcements and looking at their security defenses. You can see that there seems to be, after a night of shock, some community that is starting to grow here under the direction of a few individuals kind of wandering from cluster to cluster.
But Ceridian and Ajax, they're just getting ready, or are they the ones kind of directing people?
So for most of the morning, you saw them meeting with these people that are now directing everyone. Right now, other than like someone running up to have a very brief conversation with Ceridian, it appears that Ceridian and Ajax are preparing to leave.
Gotcha.
5 minutes in the front gate, kind of preparing to leave.
Okay.
Anything you wanted to do, Apoc?
So do we trust him? Like, what's the plan? Are we just heading out there and then? I don't know. Like, there's what is it? 6, 7 of us, and one of them's got some funky mojo. Like, what are we gonna do?
I'm not sure, but if something is very wrong with Ajax, I don't trust them.
Why is he coming?
Ceridian wants to separate him from the group.
Okay. I feel like you could just create a faulty search mission and say go look for. Who's that guy we used to travel with?
Dace. Oh my gosh, I'm telling Dace. Mrs. Q pipes up and she says, we can't keep trying to plan on what ifs. We know that we need to be in Bracken Mill. If we don't do that, then there will be issues with piece of a bigger.
Yeah, we can't bring him to a peace talk. That's like the worst place.
But the safest place for him to be is with people who know what's going on.
Are we going to tie him up?
I hope it doesn't come to that.
I agree with you, but even we don't know what's going on.
When do we ever know what's going on?
Good point.
Yeah.
Hashtag D&D.
Wait, does anybody have rope? We have enough rope for this, right? Yeah, you have the rope?
I feel like
Are you good? I feel like Mrs. Q is good with knots for some reason.
Okay, I can add that to my list of all skills.
Bad behavior. Tie you up.
Girl Scouts.
Don't move.
Yep. Youth.
I got some rope.
Alright, as long as we're prepared to handle this situation. Can we like what is this?
But even if we handle it, what will we do? with
No, but like,
Ajax?
I don't know. There's all these crazy stories like silver-tipped weapons and stuff killing monsters. I mean, should we try and find something? Just in case?
We could ask Ceridian if she has any of those sorts of things in the compound before we head out.
Did she say she's dealt with this before? Did she say she's dealt with this before?
I don't think so. But she knows something's off. Maybe we could scout ahead with Ajax. We move forward away from the group. But then what?
I don't know. He's not a monster that I'm used to. Like, can't sense him.
It also hasn't, nothing, at the moment, he's just forgotten something. Admittedly, a very important thing. But if this is more like a poison than it is, like if it's more of a slow-acting thing that builds, then we might have a easier idea of knowing how to handle it as time passes. But I think we need to get him out of this area, because whoever has done this to him is clearly trying to hurt innocent people.
So what exactly did you say was wrong with him?
Only that his memory is gone, and it has something to do with like that green light he saw.
But why is everybody worried about separating him? Like, if he's just forgotten something.
Because Elle saw...
Because something is really, really wrong with him.
Like, what?
I should tell everybody what happened. So now she's going to relay to everybody else
Okay.
what she saw. Because up to now, she's only told Cam.
Yeah.
Perfect.
He's got something protecting that bracer on his arm, which might not be a bad thing. Something going on with his boots. But there's something necromantic, and it's through all of him, especially at his brain.
Huh.
Sir Basil, like knowing nothing about like human anatomy or magic and kind of like just
Not a human.
looks at Mrs.
It's
Q,
a bird.
looks yeah.
We'll take it.
Bird anatomy. Looks at Mrs. Q, looks at Cam, looks back at Elle, like, well, what does this mean? Is Ajax dead?
Can I insight check? Like, do I believe these guys that they're telling the truth, like the whole truth?
You want to insight check me?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll an insight check.
Oh,
Nope,
Well-
still rolling bad.
You
Okay,
might not have
'cause-
to use
and
your
you
thing now.
and you have disadvantage on your roll if you're trying to read me.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead. Disadvantage.
Yeah, this is still a first roll. It's like a 6.
Our 5 minutes are up, guys.
Elle seems to be pretty straightforward.
Would I, having heard all of this, like actually hearing what Elle has to say, be able to, like, would I be able to do like a, I don't know what kind of check I would do to see if there's anything I know about this kind of necromancy magic, or is that an arcana thing, or is it a...
I'll give you an arcana check.
Okay.
I'll give you an arcana check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was rubbish. It was an 8.
It was an 8?
Yeah.
I mean, you know that necromancy is a school of magic. You know that you yourself as a cleric have access to some spells and some gifts bestowed by the necromancy school of magic. I mean, Elle can detect it. You didn't quite see what she detected. You're not, based on that description, you can't really pinpoint what this could be.
Okay.
Sir Basil says to the group, well, we need to be on our way. Everyone keep your eyes open. Who knows what we'll find. Kind of throws his sword over his shoulder and he runs up to like Ceridian and Ajax, just a big sword on his shoulder. And he's just like joins them.
Good to go.
Is Ajax is with us?
Yes, so as Sir Basil has run up to the front gate, Ceridian is kind of standing there with like one hand on her hip, the other kind of grabbing the hilt of her sword. She's got a pack slung over her back. Ajax is there as well. He's kind of fiddling with the bracer on his stump arm as he kind of just like pulls a sleeve down on the inside and just sort of raises his head as you all come. Did you wanna do something?
Before Elle goes, she's gonna just be like, wait 1 second, and she's gonna go run and find Emrys before we go.
Okay. Yeah, easy enough to do. Emrys has been put to work with some of the other children. They're kind of sorting through like bits of herbs in the not the barracks, the tent with all the food, the storage. She sees you kind of walk in, just like, hi, are you here to help?
Hey,
There's basil over there, and there's like parsley over there, and then I think there's thyme over there.
ooh, well, I wish I had more time, but we're leaving. We have to go with Brenna, with Miss Ceridian.
Are you gonna come back?
I don't actually know. I think everything's gonna be okay, but in case it isn't, I know you know like healing magic or anything, but would you have something we could take with us just in case anybody gets hurt?
Leave it to the kid.
Greasy wheel, get those potions.
She kind of like, you can see her kind of like her nose sort of squishes up a little bit as she sort of frowns and thinks. I don't know if I can give you any spells. I don't think I can do that.
Not bad attitude.
And she just kind of like pats her belt, and she's like, oh wait, maybe this. And she'll kind of like take out this like teeny tiny little satchel. I don't know if there's much left. It's tea. You can drink it hot or cold. And it was the only thing that they found me with when they found me. And they said that it was lucky and special. I've had like a couple of drinks of it, and it made me feel lucky and special. So maybe it has healing properties.
Tea that gives you advantage.
She just holds out this like little, it's like a little velvet green satchel. It's very small.
Elle is gonna kind of pat her stuff, and she's gonna pull out Cordelia.
Oh no!
And kind of look at her. And she's gonna hand Cordelia to Emrys and say, you know what? I think there's some kids here that Cordelia could help when they're not feeling so good. And if I do come back, maybe I can bring you some tea to replace this. I'm going to take the satchel and then I'm going to give Cordelia to Emrys.
Are you sure?
Damn.
She's really cute.
She is. And I think she will be safer here with you than she will be wherever I'm going.
I'll take good care of her, I promise. Make sure you come back. Maybe we can talk to the Earth sometime.
I would really like that. Ella's going to take a couple steps and then run back and give her a really quick, awkward hug and then run away.
The feels.
I know the feels. So you can add just a tea satchel to your inventory for right now.
Now, is it a satchel full of already wet tea leaves or just dry tea?
I don't think so.
She hasn't opened it, so we don't know.
Slosh.
Just like a sup paste.
Yeah.
Gross. You wanted to do something,
Tea bag of health.
Yeah. Just as we're walking away, Apoc's just gonna like hang back at a distance, just like keeping to himself and just kind of pull out this mirror that he's been keeping with him for a while and like super like I don't know the best word for this, like superstitiously just like angles it so he can try and see what's his name, Ajax in the reflection.
Okay.
Does he see Ajax in it?
Does he see Ajax in the reflection?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's a really good idea, but yes, you angle it, like you have to kind of contort a little bit. I'm imagining how Sean has to hold us to the back of his head.
Exactly.
And cut his hair.
Yeah.
And yeah, you are able to see like Ajax at this point like fiddling with his bracer.
All right.
Question.
Yes.
Would I have known, given for what I know of necromancy magic, would I know that the thing that it is like oh my gosh, words are so hard. That it is like spell based. So like someone would have cast a spell in order for this thing to happen. Like I don't know if a curse is the same as a spell or what.
I'm gonna let your 8 Arcana roll with this.
Yeah, okay.
Unfortunately, because it's
That's
kind of
fine.
the same stream of thought. Necromancy is a whole school of magic.
Okay.
That can include things like potions. That can include things like items. That can include things like, herbs with specific types of property. And that can include spells.
Okay.
So necromancy is a school of magic that Elle is able to detect, but to pinpoint what is causing that at this point, for you, with your current knowledge base, is a little outside your grasp right now.
Okay. Fair enough. That's a shame.
Great
Thought I was
question.
going to be able to do something, but I don't know if I can.
While you're hanging back, I'll like slow down for you to catch up, and like I'll just whisper over to you as like whatever the plan is. If anything happens, just keep a close hand on your
Do you think we're gonna need these? And you see Apoc just pull out some manacles and then look at you.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe it won't work.
Why not?
I just look at Ajax and I look at you.
One hand.
Oh. Oh, I thought you meant me.
Oh. You one on you and one on him?
Yeah, that's it.
All good ideas, no bad ideas.
Something.
We're gonna have to revisit that later.
Something's awry. And
It's back to being like 4 seconds delayed.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. So just be on the ready. And if anybody between you and me, if anybody asks, I hit a stick of dynamite at that girl's doll.
Alright.
So that's
So
a,
if we
that's
need
a backup plan.
grab the doll and
grab
then
Elle's doll and just
yeah.
throw it.
Alright. I'll remember that.
As this conversation is going on, the camera like focuses on the distance, and you see like Emrys just cradling Cordelia.
Oh my god. This is not how we broke a piece. Okay.
All right, you ready to go? Let's go.
Yeah.
Ceridian kind of hoists the bag up onto her shoulder. She kind of gives a nod over to the top 2 turrets, and you can see the door, this massive stone door with the like marble striations coming up it, like jolts and starts to very slowly move forward. Okay. It opens just enough to allow the 7 of you to slip your way out into the like midday sunlight on this side of the mountain. The entrance to the bandit camp is essentially like a cave that has been carved out of the mountainside itself. So as you exit this stone, you are kind of in a little, like a foyer area is the best way I can describe it. And as you look out, you are far enough away from the edge of the cliff to feel comfortable, but it's a little stomach dropping at this height now that you can see it during the day. When you came up here, it was after a rock slide at night with Ajax and his crew. But now you get the full scope of how high up in the mountains you are and how vast this mountain range goes. And as you kind of get this view, this breathtaking view or stomach-churning view for some of you, you see Brenna kind of gesture over to the side. We're going to take a shortcut down the mountains. We haven't been able to clear that rock slide yet.
Alright.
Follow me.
Before we go, I just want to do one last primeval awareness.
Your primeval awareness?
Yeah.
What do you detect with that again?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 6 miles.
I'm going to get you make an insight check for me.
I looked earlier. 15.
15. You don't sense anything at this point. All right.
Okay.
As Brenna kind of hoists her bag just up onto her shoulder, grabs the strap, she is going to kind of lead you around the main curve of this mountain, the road that you took in the dark. And as she kind of goes down, she is very focused. You can see her almost counting her steps as she goes. And as she starts to sort of slow down after about 10 minutes of walking, so you're still quite far away from the ambush, the landslide that separated you from Dace, she sort of stops, thinks to herself for a second, turns to face the mountain, and you can see her just kind of push on one of the stones as it sort of falls away underneath her fingertips, revealing a very narrow pathway through the inside of this
Red tunnel.
Exactly, a very, very narrow tunnel. She kind of just, glad I remembered that. It's been a while since we've had to use it.
You're a tricksy one, I see.
In a while.
I've been in the mountains for some time. I know my way around.
Good to have you on our side.
Your lucky day. She is going to take a moment and like rummage through her pack, pulls out a torch and a tinderbox and is going to light it. This way is not comfortable. This way is tight and small and very claustrophobic. If you got a torch or a light, I suggest you light it.
So Basil goes up to kind of look at the entrance. It seems pretty big to me.
Amazing.
Mrs. Q takes a look. She says, "My petticoat has been through worse." And she pulls out whatever light she has. She's like, "Eh." Alright, she cares.
I was born in the darkness.
Oh my god.
There is like silence for a second as you say that. You can literally hear everybody's eyes like blink a couple times.
I was molded by it.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Alright, well,
Does anybody have a light?
Pretty sure I have like a torch in
torch
my...
or something?
I like the dark too, but everybody needs a little bit of it.
I don't think I have any spells that will do it.
you're an adventuring party with no torches.
I have a torch.
Okay. Mrs.
I have a
Q,
tinderbox.
once you light it, Mrs. Q casts Druidcraft and makes it brighter.
Alright,
Oh, it's too bright.
let's get in the dark then.
Or is that my thaumaturgy? Whatever. One of the things does it.
As Brenna turns, she's going to kind of put one hand on the side of the tunnel, hold her torch out front, and she is like 8 feet tall. This woman is huge. She has to kind of hunch her shoulders in order to not hit her head as she goes through. It is big enough for 1 by 1. So I would like a marching order.
like to go as close to the front as possible.
I mean, is Brenna would have gone in first.
So Brenna's going to take the front since she does know where she's going.
Okay.
I'll take the rear.
Unless someone wants to fight her for it.
I think. Wait, did you go in next?
I would want to stay right by Ajax.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe it was.
So we're gonna do Brenna, Cam.
And technically, because I'm so small, one of my feats is I can like go through people's spaces. So like imagine as if I'm just walking in between their legs or something. You know?
That's true. That's very true. All right. So we'll do Brenna, Cam. You wanted to be at the back. You said. Apoc.
I can go between them, behind him.
Behind Cam, Mrs. Q. Elle, where do you want to be in your marching order?
She's gonna be a little up closer to Brenna at the front.
So Mrs. Q, Elle will go next. So Brenna, Cam, Mrs. Q, Elle. Ajax will stay near the back. So he'll be right in front of you, Apoc.
Yeah.
And Basil, you'll be right in front of, as long as that's okay with you guys. Yeah. So Brenna, Cam, Mrs. Q, Elle, Basil, Ajax, and Apoc.
Reverse alphabetic. Oh, never mind.
So close. So close.
Who has dark vision?
I've got dark vision. But...
do I have dark vision?
That would be in. Where would it be?
Also, I have advantages
So it would
on
be under
stealth checks
your
and dark.
senses.
But I think
So
I have
right where
disadvantage because
your,
I'm wearing mail.
Like passive perception, passive
I got
Yes,
five.
I do.
Oh, nope.
Nice.
I do
No.
have dark vision.
You do have dark vision. Okay.
And I'd like to state once again that I think it's crazy that hedges don't have dark vision,
I've got
seeing
no
as we
vantage.
like to live underground.
You can
No vantage.
advantage.
Advantage and
Alright.
disadvantage.
There you go.
Yep. Okay. Alrighty, so with Brenna taking the lead, like one hand on the wall, the torch held out in front of her, as you all kind of go into this very snug tunnel, Ajax is just going to turn over to you, Apoc, and just be like, just put your hand on the wall, and it just sort of slides back into place.
Okay, but can you hold my hand while you do that?
I'm asking you to do it. I can't reach it.
Why can't you reach it? This
Because
is
you're in the way.
it's one. We're one after another. It's single file here. How am I in the way?
Sorry, who is this speaking?
Ajax.
Ajax.
Australian and then back to-
I know. I heard
Just-
it and I'm like, just roll with it.
just
no
say
one's gonna
y'all.
notice.
Y'all.
Yeah.
How am I
Y'all.
in the way if it's single file?
Molasses.
That'll help.
Fall off the mouth.
Yeah, I've lost it. I've lost Ajax.
That's okay. You'll get it back. You'll find them.
I know,
Come on, y'all.
Come on, y'all.
Is he Southern or Australian?
He's Southern.
He's Southern.
He's
Okay.
Southern Australia.
My character in Eric's campaign is Australian, and for me, they're very hard to differentiate between the
Yes,
two.
I would agree.
Just call it Tasmanian and call it.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
listen, friend, unless you want me to invade your personal space, you're gonna need to hit that wall so it can close the gate.
Oh, just hit. I thought you want like walking the whole
No,
way.
just put your hand on the wall, and it's gonna hide this whole entryway again.
All right. Boop. And Apoc says boop.
Great.
Nice.
So the same way it melted away with Brenna, it just melts back behind you, and you are entombed in this dark inner
That means it's just this group, like the rest of the traveling troop.
Huh?
It was
It's just
it
the seven
It
of
was
us.
just the seven
Yeah,
of you.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there is no one else that left.
Okay.
Everybody was still at the camp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which was the agreement? One person per, like it could be Brenna plus one like guard, and then us.
Mhm.
So we're following the rules of the.
Cool.
All right. So as Brenna is leading this, all of you single file, I am going to need everybody to go ahead and make a. What is this going to be? I'm going to get everybody to go ahead and make an athletics check.
Ooh.
As you are heading down the inside of this mountain, the walls are very cold as you touch the stone, and this is not a well-traveled path. It's kind of like a loose gravel on a downhill, essentially, is what you're currently walking on. So every so often you find yourself slipping,
It's like my
causing
worst thing.
echoes down this cavern. That's unfortunate. That's even worse. Great. What are their stats? All right, Elle,
stats?
your athletics.
I got a 16.
16. Cam.
15.
Apoc.
5.
Mrs. Q.
14.
14. And Basil.
18.
18. Okay.
Shell off.
All right, as you are all kind
That's
of
just like, there's so much room in here. It's like, wow.
just like turns around, walks backwards a little bit to talk to Ajax.
Does a little skipping.
Just a little skipping.
I tripped on this mouse.
Floating through the group.
That's kind of exactly what happens as most of you are doing just fine. Your foot slips every so often. There is enough light around you in this space for you to at least see your feet, even though the tunnel ahead and the tunnel behind is pitch dark. But you're able to kind of catch yourself and steady yourself.
Am I able to, like, is the path winding, or is it like a straight shot for a bit? Like,
So it kind of does you kind of lose your orientation a bit, but it kind of does like a very gentle sort of zigzag down the inside of this mountain.
do I see anything beyond the light?
Do you see anything beyond the light? You can go ahead and make a perception check. We also have some things to resolve.
No, keep
here
talking.
first.
We won't be able to resolve it.
No, we got some things to resolve.
That's a nat 20.
Okay,
Jeez.
alright. I'll take that into consideration here.
I can see in pitch blackness
Woo!
up to 300 feet.
Whoa.
Wow, you really were born of the dark.
Cool.
I've been waiting all campaign.
For this one moment.
This is my moment to shine.
Alright. Okay.
Bring out the handcuffs.
I have eyes of the night, so I can see, even when there's no light, I can see like a dim light.
Okay, great. So this is not posing a problem for you at all. You can see far past Brenna, and it seems like she is struggling, but you have absolutely no issues at all seeing any loose rocks or big rocks in the way before they come. And that's actually going to serve you very well as on one of the like hairpin turns, I'll call them, Brenna loses her footing. And she kind of like slams into the sidewall, slams into the ground, and slides down the mountain or down this path before she's able to kind of like catch herself. If you want, you can make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can grab onto her before she slides too far away.
9.
Rip.
9. You unfortunately grab onto thin air as she loses her footing. You can hear her like, oof, as she sort of hits the wall and hits a stone, like 30 feet away from you before she kind of rights herself. She does take a little bit of damage. But she is able to kind of like a little bit scratchy. She's able to sort of brush herself off and just. Thanks for trying. As that happens, Apoc as well loses his footing, and as you lose your footing and kind of tumble like right into Ajax, who rolled a critical fail.
Oh.
The two of you kind of like you almost like bear hug him as you try to steady yourself, and in doing so knock him over. And on this turn, the same turn. You both like hit the ground very hard behind you and slide forward into Basil. I'm going to need you to make a strength save to see if you can stay on your feet.
Okay.
Do it.
You are going to take 5 points of sliding on gravel damage.
That is a 14.
A 14.
Just imagine these two big.
You are like just able to keep on your feet as it seems that these two like big armored bodies just kind of slam into you, stumble a little bit, but you're able to steady yourself enough. And Ajax also takes that damage. You can hear Brenna. Everyone all right? Okay, you're all dead. Great. I'm gonna keep going.
We're okay.
Tell my family I love them.
She grumbles to herself.
Shaped by the darkness.
You can see her just kind of rub her shoulder as she holds the torch back up and continues going. You are in this mountain for a while, guys. You are hiking down a mountain, inside this mountain, on a zigzagging path. By the time you make it to the end, thankfully you did not slide all the way down this path. But by the time you make it to the end, you sort of have to like close your eyes and blink as your eyes adjust to the setting sun. It was a while in there. But as you make it out, you find that you have kind of popped out not too far away from the hidden entrance to the road you actually took up many days ago now.
Oh, wow.
You can see Brenna sort of like hit the rock in the same place as it melts away and melts back as you all exit, and she just kind of rubs her eyes.
Boop.
Great, kid. We all good? Unscathed? That's the least fun way to get down the mountain, but the best way if you're trying to hide.
Have you ever thought about building a slide?
It's not the first time it's been suggested, but we are still in encampment.
Alright. I mean, if the risk of sliding anyways, you might as well make it fun.
I'm flattered that you think we're so well funded.
How much money would you need for a slide?
I mean, you're welcome to slide down that, but it is gravel, so I mean, maybe next time.
Alright.
Let's keep moving.
Did you know mold earth?
Huh?
Did you know mold earth or move dirt? I don't know what that spell is.
No.
No? Okay.
You'll
You
be
can
in
ask
next-
around.
in your
Are you
next
guys
warlock.
coming or are you staying? She shouts over her shoulder.
We make our way.
We have a couple more hours before sundown, and then I really need to sleep.
You need some coffee?
You have coffee?
Yeah, it's bottomless.
You've been holding out on me this whole time?
I gave some to Ajax. He didn't tell you?
No.
Oh, sorry. Here.
She kind of actually does like a really noticeable side look at Ajax. Like, this is the ultimate betrayal.
Roll a d20.
Roll a d20. 5.
Okay, you're good. If it's a 1, nothing comes out.
Oh.
That would be so heartbreaking.
What is this? Ah.
We haven't been able to steal any of this from Elderheart in a really long time. She'll take a very big swig. What was your name again?
What was my... Excuse me?
Well, I mean, 2 days ago is when we first met, and
It's Apoc.
yeah, okay.
Okay,
Nice to
well,
meet you, Apoc.
Yeah, but you... Do you know their names? Do you remember Petra?
Yes. I remember Petra.
Okay. Because he forgot things too, so I'm a little bit concerned now.
You know, we never really introduced ourselves.
I thought we did. Have you checked out my blog?
I forgot about the blog. Oh, God. What's a blog?
It's like... It's a way to tell people things. But like...
Like your friend did?
Not
with the
directly,
sending-
though.
Okay.
Yeah, like... People stumble upon... You ever stumble upon a rock that like... has some meaning written into the bottom of it?
Yeah, there's shrines all over the place.
Yeah, it's like that, but... I call it a blog because it's from me. It's a Boar's blog.
It's clever.
It's a blog.
It's really clever. I like that. So what's in these Borlog exactly? As she walks away with you.
I like how you bore the message into a log.
Yeah.
All right. You are,
It's a hard task.
unless anyone is objecting, Brenna is kind of taking the lead on this, and she is keeping close to the edge of the mountains, as opposed to in the middle of the savannah itself. Bracken Mill is south, so as you are walking, you are heading in a southern direction along the edge of the mountain. I don't think, well, Mrs. Q, you are kind of from this area, so you know the mountains themselves here in Humblewood. They kind of wrap around the northeasternmost edge. It kind of gives a border. Bracken Mill, although you've never really been to the city, your home wasn't too far away at the southernmost tip of the mountains. Bracken Mill is basically a straight shot south the southernmost tip. So although it might not be the fastest way to get to Bracken Mill, following along the mountains is the most sure way to not get lost in the middle of the savannah. So as Brenna is kind of chatting with you about your Borlog, she truly does seem interested, although trying very hard not to be. The final few hours before the sun sets and twilight encompasses this mountainous savanna border that you're walking along. Brenna kind of puts up a hand to hold, and you can see that she's actually like, the last hour she has been dragging her feet, trying to keep herself awake and chatting with you.
Oh.
I need to sleep.
Yeah. You look like it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like awfulness. Is this good for camp?
I swear we got hit with the water. Just
What?
look around with the group.
No, it's a little bit further into the plains.
Yeah, okay.
You got hit with water in the plant, like a rain?
No.
Like a tidal wave.
Nah, good one.
Not kidding.
What is up with you people?
What do you mean? You guys stood up top of the mountains for a while. You haven't been down here in a bit.
Tidal waves don't just come in the middle of the savannah.
We are aware of that.
Yeah.
Great.
Monsters don't just appear in the mountains either.
I mean, that's a fairly decent point.
The world's weird.
The world is weird. I'm glad we agree on something. Look, I'm just going to just wake me up in like 2 hours. I'll take a watch. I think Ajax will do the same. She kind of raises her eyebrows as Ajax is just like old man rubbing the side of his face to keep himself awake.
You get your sleep. You don't need to be grumpy. I'll take the first watch.
Call me grumpy. Fine. Stay safe. She gives each of you kind of she makes eye contact with each of you to sort of keep you on your ball. Just wake me if anything happens.
Will do.
You want a hand?
Could always use a hand. Anybody else?
What time of day is it right now? Like,
It is night. Like
okay.
what it looks like out there right now is what it is.
Okay.
so we would be tired as well. It's not like because they didn't sleep the night before, they're like exhausted, where we're like still kind of fresh.
So they are exhausted. They have, for mechanical purposes, they've been dealing with 2 levels of exhaustion.
Oh dear. Okay.
Yes. So they are not in a good way. But I mean, it is like you feel how you would feel here, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can take a second watch after these guys are done.
Okay. All right.
Do we need a third one?
Basil stay up.
Okay.
Okay. So first watch is Cam and Apoc. Second, Mrs. Q, and third is Basil. Elle, did you want to jump in on a watch, or are you out for tonight?
No, Ella's gonna try to sleep, but finds it pretty hard to do without Cordelia.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's adorable and really sad. All right. So as Brenna lays down, she is out cold. You can see Ajax is kind of like trying to stay up to do his duty as like Brenna's right hand general. But it's not long before he just sort of like nods off in a seated position, just dead to the world. As your friends slowly fall into sleep, Cam and Apoc, if you want to roll perception checks for me.
At the start of the watch, I'm gonna be like, hey buddy,
Yeah.
you're gonna be watching with me, and like put my hand on your shoulder, and you feel some of this like energy that I've got course into you as your eyes start to brighten up, as you have the same type of dark vision that I do for the.
That's wild.
What?
That's sick.
That is
That's
so cool.
Is there anything mechanically to add to that?
300 feet dark vision,
Does it add to my already 60?
It replaces your 60.
Okay.
You can see in darkness like it's low light, and you can see low light like it's daylight.
Damn. Is this how you live?
All the time, bub.
What about during the day?
Well, it's fine in the day.
Okay. I don't know if it got all white because like you need the dark.
No, it's like my pupils open and close. It's
When
like
did this happen?
it's light theory. Oh, it's when we were up in the mountains.
Does it literally just happen in the mountains?
Well, I started praying to somebody, and I seem to have gotten. I don't know. It's just something.
You know what? I'm fine with that. I don't think I need to know more. There's a lot going on right now. It's hard to process everything.
16.
Okay.
It was a 20 for me, dirty.
Okay. Yeah, as you're chatting, you're kind of keeping a watch. You do hear, since you are kind of straddling the plains and the mountains, you do hear every so often, like, rocks kind of falling down as though something was moving higher above in the mountain, over, like, above you on the mountain that has caused a little rock slide to kind of sort of fall in front of you. You do hear critters moving around in the grass to the opposite side of you in the grasslands, but for right now, your watch is quiet.
Apoc.
Yeah.
I tried to look inside Ajax, and there's something inside of him. I don't think Ajax is bad. There's something dark, even for me. Like either using him as a vessel or blocking out anybody that's trying to reach in. And I think the easiest way would be to eliminate this possible threat. And he's sleeping.
You mean just like
He's weak. He's tired. We could
take him out?
or force whatever's inside of him to come out.
Can you can force something out?
I don't have a plan beyond that.
Okay. Well,
There's something in there that scares even me.
oh.
And I'm born from
And
darkness.
How does this relate to light theory at all? Like, you said it's dark in there.
I've seen the other side,
Okay.
and whatever is in Ajax scares me.
Do you have something in you?
Blood, guts.
Yeah, no, but
Crap.
like, okay. You said it was darkness, though. You have darkness in you too.
Yeah.
Is it the same darkness, or is it different
No,
darkness?
mine's useful.
Okay. Well, how do we get dark out of a tiny place? You shine a light in it?
Yeah. So we cut it open and shine a light in them.
Can you do anything with this? And I just pull out a holy symbol. I mean, some old woman gave it to me to help me ward off evil, but I don't know how to use it.
It's always one way to find out.
What do you think?
I think Mrs. Q is gonna get us in a lot of trouble if we try something without her.
Well, she's asleep. She's
Yep.
asleep.
I am like snoring away.
What do you got? What do you got? I got.
If anything, maybe if he's got magic stuff on him, we should take that away from him so he can't use it against us.
Okay, I can try.
You're gonna try and Steve?
Oh, you mean
Yes.
you
No. I am committing to this. Show me what you got, kid.
If you think, should I try it on you first and maybe see how it goes? I don't want to wake him.
All right. What do you want to try to take from me?
I don't know. Just, did you see those birds over? I think there's something flying in the distance, and I just try and grab whatever's on his belt.
Sorry, make a sleight of hand. You can challenge it with your perception.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Chocolates.
It's a 19.
12.
You are successful.
What do I take?
I don't know, Cam, what does he take?
Probably on my belt, you would take that necklace that was. Yeah, you grab a necklace.
All right. Is it?
Oh yeah, it's the gifts of the oak.
Oh, that's what he snatched.
Oh man.
Actually, you know what? Top of my list, you got the mirror.
No, I already have a mirror.
Well, you got 2 mirrors now.
Okay, replace it with the other mirror.
Oh no, that could go really bad.
Yes.
It's a steel mirror, so I don't know if it would look the same. But...
Okay, so you got the mirror spell reflection, and I've got your mirror.
They don't look too different. There's a weight discrepancy because one is made out of silver and the other is
Wait
made
till
out
the
of
next
steel.
combat. He tries to use it.
But yeah, that's. I'm like.
Did you take anything?
No.
Said with such conviction.
All right. Well, I guess.
I don't even think that needs a deception check.
It's 17.
You can make an insight check.
That's a 17.
All right.
Well, you know what? I think you grabbed something, but nice trying to cover it up.
Okay.
Be my guest, and I point over.
All right.
That bracer looks pretty good.
All right. Yeah. Okay. And he's not gonna get mad?
Oh, he'll get mad. But I'd rather him be mad and not powerful.
Okay. Creep up slowly. Step.
Okay.
Step. Jingle.
Jingle, jingle, jingle. Okay.
But I have a skulker, so it evens out. I'm soft on my feet, but there's like a little rustle in the wind.
Got it. Okay.
As I go over and I just try to... The bracer's on his one hand, that's real.
No, the bracer is on his stump arm.
Oh.
Yeah, the bracer's like a shield thing, right?
Oh, okay.
I'd like to ready an action.
Alright.
I want to ready a sleep spell just in case.
Okay, great.
That's actually not a bad idea. Yeah. I'm gonna, just loosely try and using like the tips of my fingers just kind of rock it back and forth, peeling it off of his stump while he sleeps.
Okay. There are like it's a bracer, so it's kind of
okay.
it's kind of got like a solid part here, and then it's belted on.
Okay.
For him specifically, it looks like it has been made for him. So there's almost like a cage that comes over the stump and then is belted on like a leather strap.
I don't know if I
So
can
you are
take that.
able to kind of wiggle it if you want, but there are straps you can take it off. That might make it a little easier. But if you're gonna do this, I need a.
If there's strappy things, I don't know if I could do with straps.
What?
I don't think I like noticed the straps and I was like, I can't do that, and I just kind of like back off.
You can shimmy it off if you want to. I don't want to stop you from
No.
doing this just based on the build. But
No,
you can
but
shimmy it
like
off, you can
if
use
it's
straps.
literally like attached to him physically, like it's not just something that's loose on his arm. I don't think I could just swipe that.
So I will say, you have seen in your battle with Petra, Ajax activated this and a shield popped out.
Yeah.
So it seems like something that is part of his armor on his person. It's not something that you, like a bracelet that you can just slip
I was
off.
thinking it was just like a bracelet, like cuffed around loosely.
No, it is a shield.
Okay.
You can
Chickening out?
still. Oh, what'd you say?
Chickening out? If you want, you can step aside.
You know what? I kind of want to keep a good relationship with them just in case.
Alright.
I'm sorry, bud. I'll leave this one to you.
Oh.
That should be with 19.
19. You are, with a sleeping Ajax, you are able to, like, very delicately take off the, unbuckle the buckles and slide it off his arm.
Cool.
You now have this contraption with a bit of a cage that looks like it's almost been... You've seen Apoc make scrounge craft. This is not far off. It's not super high tech, and it could be taken apart if you want.
I think I'm just gonna like hide it, and then once my shift's over, unless there's anything you wanted to do.
Great.
I just wanted to ask you, like, do you think this is a good idea? Bringing these guys and meeting with the Alderheart folks? Are we walking into something?
Apoc, I don't think anything I've done is a good idea, but we've gotten by it because I know I can trust you.
Yeah.
And even though I do a lot of stupid shit, you got my back and I've got yours. So
Yeah.
I think we roll with the punches and give ourselves a fighting chance like we always do.
Yeah, but if we're gonna have to pick sides.
I pick your side.
Alright.
Such bro code.
Oh.
Aw.
You just see like Apoc's little hairs just kind of like stand on end for the moment. His eyes get all glassy.
Aww.
It's been a tough little bit, so it's good to hear those kinds of things. If I'm being honest, I don't know if we can trust those bird folk.
Well, honest,
Yeah.
if you can't trust them, I can't trust them either.
Alright. I think it's about time to wake up the next guys.
I think so.
Yeah.
Alright.
So go and like nudge Mrs. Q.
Mrs. Q wakes up.
You are awakened.
I am awakened, and I look at them both, and
See a teary-eyed Apoc.
And I like grab your hand and I give it like a little kiss. I say, Mrs. Q, please watch our backs while we get some rest because it's been quite the night. And you are given the blessing of the eyes of night. So
oh, thank goodness! I'm not gonna say anything.
I think something's over there.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
Thank you very much. Okay,
Alright. A perception check for you, my dear.
yes, please.
Straight roll because you have the gifts of the night.
Okay, don't suck. 14. That's not the worst.
It's plus
Oh
zero.
wait. Plus it's perception.
16.
Sorry, 16.
16. Great.
Yeah.
So kind of along the same lines, you can hear there are some noises that make you jump a little bit, something that just seems a little too close. But as you respond to hearing this noise, it seems like whatever it was is equally spooked and it scurries away from you. But your watch does go by uneventfully. It is a beautiful night. The sky above you is clear. You can see the stars and you can see the mountains, the jagged teeth of the mountains kind of stretching out behind you as you keep watch. That's okay.
Mrs. Q, like, I imagine we probably set up some kind of fire, maybe.
Mhm.
It's just sort of like stoking the fire, and like, I mean, I know everyone's asleep, but she's just like humming to herself as she keeps watch.
Oh.
It's like a little song that, like, the environment that she's in reminds her of her youth and her childhood, and so she's like remembered this song that she used to sing back when she was young, and so she's humming it to herself.
Perfect. Alright. As your watch comes to an end, Basil.
In hindsight, I probably should have done this because my perception's terrible. But
You never
let's
know.
see.
Hindsight is 20/20.
A 10.
A 10.
Oh yeah, -1 perception.
Yeah.
We should have paired you up with somebody else.
that
Some shoulders
that
to
negative
stand on.
wisdom. You are a little distracted.
Mm.
As you are kind of keeping watch, you can't help but sort of look over at Ajax, who's sort of just absolutely slumped. With your perception roll, nothing seems to be amiss with him. Got all his gear, totally fine.
Okay.
But he is kind of snoring as he breathes in and out, and you find yourself. You're not keeping watch as well as you know you should, but you find yourself just in this state of, I don't know if I trust him fully in this area, and you are a little distracted by that at this point in time.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, most likely I would just be focused on Ajax because of what Ceridian said before. I picture like, in Lord of the Rings when you first meet Aragorn, and he's like, he's just smoking a pipe, and you just see like his eyes go. But it's like that with my bubble pipe. because we know bubbles refract light. Anytime the bubbles come out, just like.
Oh, I love it.
The refracting light again. Here we go.
I'm just staring at Ajax on fire.
God.
I now can't watch that movie ever again. It's so good. I love
There you
it.
go. Yeah, but that's my watch.
Yeah, you that is great. 10 out of 10, love it. It does pass by, apparently uneventfully for you. But as the sun comes up and your friends start to stir, it is a little bit before Brenna actually stirs and Ajax actually stirs to wake up. We will take like a 5-minute break there so I can refresh my tea and we get some drinks. We will jump back in, right?
Speaking of friendships built on hate.
I thought you guys liked each other.
No, I'm kidding.
Alrighty. As everyone stirs to consciousness, right at dawn, as the sun is kind of cresting over the mountains.
Should have said it, but you were in the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, long rest.
Oh, long rest. Sorry, long rest. You all get a long rest. You look so expectant. I'm like, what? So as you all kind of awaken and rub your eyes, kind of do some stretches, it takes another little bit before Brenna and Ajax even stir. Brenna is the first one, kind of like slowly and groggily getting up, rubbing her face, rubbing her eyes.
There you go.
Thank you. Takes a big swig.
Yeah, you're good.
You can see that as she slept, she has a bandana on the left side of her head. And you know from stories that Brenna herself was caught in a fire. The bandana has slipped off as she has slept, and you see just bare flesh that has been warped.
She's
and
got bare
twisted.
flesh on her?
This flesh that has been warped.
Just slow spin with it.
Warped and twisted with old burn scars that just never healed properly. There is still a tinge of purple to it, and the fur has not grown back. And as she kind of just rubs through her hair and through her fur and notices that the bandana is gone, you can see her kind of scramble a little bit to tie it back on before pulling it tight over her head. Kind of. Thanks for the coffee. Apoc, right?
Yep.
Great.
Hey, what's that?
Huh? What's what?
Well, I mean, you have to tell us that story someday.
Oh, me, Andrea, thought you were pointing at something. Fire outside Brackenmill.
Yeah. Got it good, eh?
Yeah. That's when the hate started.
That's when the hate started?
Yeah.
You know, the fires kind of united us. They brought us on this adventure to try and help put them out.
Yeah, and how's it going for you?
Well, we got sidetracked when we heard about the bandit attacks.
Right.
And
Right. Always something bigger.
yeah. Watch out for bears.
Bears?
Yeah.
We're in the plains. You have to worry about mountain lions here.
Have you seen mountain lions?
Yeah.
Was that wrestling last night? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He says with such certainty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, obviously.
He's already eating like the bacon.
Yep.
Miss Q, this is some good food.
Mrs. Q does cook breakfast, and she also cooks up like some of the other things that she's allowed to cook that she can use later.
Perfect.
Special foods and such.
It takes a bit for Ajax to actually wake himself up, as he forced himself to stay awake a little bit longer last night, and he kind of, you can hear him just groan as he starts to stretch up. He fell asleep sitting, so he's a little stiff this morning, and as he kind of like scratches and rubs his eyes, I would like everyone to make a perception check for me, please.
Ajax, you want some coffee?
Do I still have your thing? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's the daytime, right? Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't last that long.
Okay.
You have coffee?
Yeah. Here, take a swig.
Thanks, friend.
Will it be Dace?
He takes a big swig of coffee.
Yeah.
Oh man, We haven't had this here for a real long time.
Did I not give you some like 3 days ago?
Yeah, but every sip counts.
Okay, but you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. Why wouldn't I remember that?
You didn't remember Petra.
Who?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That means nothing to me.
You know, girl, cute, sexy, saucy sometimes.
There we go.
Looks a
Knew it
little
was
bit like
coming
me.
back. She look like you.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sauce right.
Mrs.
Yeah.
Q like chokes on her scrambled eggs as she hears this conversation.
like, kind of like how you look like Dace.
are you sure Dace was a strig? I am a corvo.
It's the
I
same.
literally have black feathers, and he had like white feathers.
Okay. But you know how he's kind of saucy and you're you?
I've lost track of this conversation.
Yeah. There's a girl. You don't remember that girl.
Is she a girlfriend that you've introduced me to that totally exists?
No, she tried to murder us.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. That's where the saucy comes in.
Right, okay, that makes sense. I don't remember.
Alright.
Are you sure?
Eric is dying.
Are you sure? What does this have to do with anything?
No, you remembered the coffee, but you didn't remember her.
Are they related? Did she give me the coffee?
Oh, you're
I'm
in the
sorry,
same
son.
room.
You are confused.
Listen, you're in the same room, but I'm just trying to figure out what you know and what you don't know. I gotta help you out, right? Watch your brother's back.
Right.
You know, if I forgot something, I'd want somebody to tell me that I forgot it. Then I can remember it.
Sure.
Have you kept a journal?
No.
Would you like to?
No.
What if you forget things? Aren't you worried that you're gonna forget other things?
You're a lot in the morning.
It's coffee for you. Give it a couple minutes, it'll kick in.
I mean, of course I'm worried that I'm going to forget things, but that's just kind of what happens when you get older.
How old are you?
I'm not a young Corvum anymore.
How old are you? Is this age related?
You're a lot, friend. I'm in my late 40s, early 50s.
Is that old for a Corvo?
It's like a little kid being like, why are you old?
Sun might be rising, but you're definitely sundowning.
Let me take a look. Corvums. Here we go. Yep. It's older. Middle-aged, I guess. Depends on if the Amaranthine let me live to my full life expectancy.
Alright. I'm just trying to figure out this whole mysterious memory loss thing, so...
Sure you're not making that up?
No, I remember her. You don't.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody seems to be obsessed with asking about this, so I don't know if this is some, like, prank that you're pulling, but
No.
we had a very big, scary fight 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And I just want there to be peace here.
Okay, so you remember the
whatever
fight.
this thing is,
What were you fighting?
there were those candlesticks,
Yeah,
and there were those two purple things with the beards.
but you don't remember what started all of it.
They just appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Listen, kid, I don't know what game you're playing, but if you've got Brenna involved in this, then good on you. She does not have a sense of humor at all.
But you can't put it together that maybe you're missing something?
Mrs. Q is hearing this and is feeling like she should intervene. And so she goes up to Apoc and says, you know what, I could really use a little bit of help polishing off the final pieces of bacon.
Here, have some coffee, that'll wash it down.
Mrs. Q, are you like trying to hand me a jug right now?
That's a flask.
A flask. She pushes the flask back and says, you are forgetting your manners.
No, I was born with them.
This feels like a personal conversation, so I'm just gonna step away. You know,
Listen, we
I'll
can
go
catch
talk
up
to
more
Brandon.
later.
Sure, kid. Perception checks, what were they?
Okay.
As long as you rolled above a 14.
Yeah, 20.
Okay, great.
8.
Perception now? 8. For me.
10.
10. So for those who rolled above a 14, Ajax is an older Corvum, and now that you are you have spent like a night in close quarters with him, you notice that some of the gray around like the peak of his feathers, where his feathers meet his beak, some of that gray has expanded. So it's kind of cresting over the eye a little bit.
Interesting.
It's very slight to the point where, I mean, you've been with Ajax for a couple days and nights now. This is the first time you've noticed it.
It's molting.
He's moving. That's really cute. He's gonna kind of like, as he holds up his hands, he's gonna kind of like walk away.
Hands?
Sort of. Has anybody seen my shield?
Yep.
You've seen my shield?
Yep.
Where?
You're the one with the memory loss.
But if you've seen it, like, can't you just tell me where it is so I can put it back on?
No,
Why not?
because you're too dangerous, and we want to keep checks on you.
What is going on here? Last I heard...
Until we figure out what's going on with your memory loss.
Last I checked here, and he's gonna look over at Brenna, who's kind of watching this all from just over his shoulder. Last I checked, I was a general here.
I thought you were a captain.
He was always a general.
Okay.
Brenna and I have been taking care of the bandits for quite some time. Who do you think you are?
Someone that lets you live in the night.
You're a load of bud.
His hand just very slightly moves, like twitches towards one of the hand axes on his wrist.
I'm not your enemy, but there's something inside you that is, and we want to keep you alive so we can take whatever is holding you back. We want to solve this. We want to work with you.
So Basil's just kind of standing in alert,
But if
watching them face off.
whatever's inside you comes up and we can't handle it, we want to at least have a chance to try and bring you back.
Make a persuasion check. I'm gonna say at disadvantage because he is on his guard right now. What did you roll?
Can Elle give guidance at all?
That's
If it'll help.
That's a 3.
That's a 3?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say first of all it doesn't matter. Second of all, this conversation is kind of happening in real time. It's not really an action you can prepare for, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, that was a 3. Whatever that thing was that you claim is inside, when I fell off the side of the mountain, it was out of my head. In that fight, those devils tried to take control again, and I fought it off. There is nothing inside me. So you better remember your place here, friend.
Then you wouldn't mind us taking a look?
What do you mean taking a look?
Do you mind just letting us take a peek, see what we can find inside you? We've got access to magics. Not gonna hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. I want to hurt whatever is stopping you from being the general that we need.
There ain't nothing inside me. And if you start going poking where you don't belong, that's gonna be a problem. Did you just poke me? At this point, you can kind of, or you hear Brenna just Ajax, you need to be telling the truth. And he kind of like looks over. So they got to use you then, huh? So much for that stone of truth. Breaking down barriers, being on the same side. I thought we were gonna go create a peace between the bird folk and the bandits.
We still do that.
Yep.
Mrs. Q, steps up and
Go ahead.
she is not very comfortable with this conflict. And she looks to Ajax and says, we are not trying to lie to you. We are not trying to deceive you. But there is something that we remember that for some reason you don't. And we don't think it's your fault. We think something has done this to you. But there is so much at stake here, both for your people and for the peace that we are trying to broker tomorrow, that we just cannot take the risk. We want you to come with us. You are an important part of this party. But we have to be sure.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
You know what?
Can you remember who you used to go on patrol with?
Yeah. There was a different crew every night, but I had my three that I trusted above all else.
Who are those three?
There was Regina. Damn it, I hear it. That is not the character that I thought of when that name popped up.
There's George.
George? Sure, let's roll with it. There's Regina. There's George. Composed. There was Regina. There was George. And there was Amelia. Every so often we would switch a couple, but those are my top three. Your persuasion?
17.
17. I don't think that's gonna be enough.
Really? I'm so
we had one failed persuasion check, and
Yeah.
he does not
It's on edge.
trust this conversation.
Okay. Miss Yu says, we understand that you may not trust us because we have known you 2 days. But do you trust Ceridian?
Kind of looks over his shoulder. You can see her kind of standing there. She has like one hand on the hilt of her sword. The other is just kind of like by her side, relaxed. But she looks at Ajax. You don't remember Petra. She was your right hand. You don't remember Petra. You can see Ajax just start. He sort of turns so that you are all in front of him, Ceridian, as well.
Mm.
And he's just going to take one very, very small, slight step back.
Don't jump.
Hmm?
Don't jump.
Don't jump.
Are we in the savannah?
Yeah, we're not up high anymore.
Edging to the side.
Yeah. I want to go broker a peace. I don't know what is going on here, but I want to go broker a peace. I thought that's what we wanted, addressing Ceridian. Whatever these folks have done to you, I don't want it to happen to me. What have you done to her?
Trust goes both ways.
I know.
We have only told her the truth of what we know. We're not trying to drive any barbs between you.
I just want you to be safe. Scout's honor.
I don't believe you, little friend.
What was the last lie I told you? I shared my coffee with you.
Just wondering when that would come up.
That was before all of this. Why won't you get your friend to give me my shield back?
I'm not his mother.
You're just taking a side.
So Basil's gonna step up and maybe kind of take an approach of from one soldier to another.
Okay.
From one soldier to another, nothing we have said on my honor has been a lie. Try and remember. Try and think back to when you first found us on the mountainside. Who did you send to scout us? Who did you have watch us in our cell? Who did you go out with on those missions? Try and think. Either we are all in on it, or there's something that you are missing.
Can anybody make like an illusion of her?
I'm gonna get you to make a persuasion check. This one's a little different from the other two. So you're just asking him to try and remember in this case. You're not asking him to believe
Persuasion's
you.
really bad too. 18.
18.
Wow.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
It's close.
So kind of in the way where if you're having a difficult conversation with someone and you're trying to redirect them to point them out to something else that is incorrect and inconsistent. You can see Ajax not trusting you, but he kind of furrows his brow as he tries to grasp what you are telling him. The fact that there was somebody that he sent to spy on you, or that there was someone that he sent around the corner to see you on the side of the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And although he doesn't want to try and remember, you can see him almost subconsciously, he's trying to remember.
Mm-hmm.
And as he kind of he takes one more step back, there was an explosion on the side of that mountain, and you all came out from hiding. We lost one of our men there.
There's more. Keep thinking.
There is no more. There's 5 of us. We were going to go around the corner and be prepared for whatever was around there. I didn't send anybody. One of our new recruits got a little trigger happy and threw a bomb around the corner. There was an explosion, and that's when we met you running. Your friend there, he was invisible. Showed up later. Picked my pocket. How is my memory missing here? He takes one more step back.
Don't jump.
How is it that everything you've said doesn't match with everything that we've seen and said?
There's lots of weird plants here in the forest. Maybe you decided to chew a mushroom you shouldn't have.
All of us? And only not you?
I'm from Bracken Mill. They have a cult there that believes a little stone around their neck is going to bring Henwin down to save them. You think that it's far off to think everybody's going to bite the same mushroom?
And
Not
is it
for
so
me.
far off that there's something that's been cast on you, or that there's something preventing you to remember?
When I fell off the
Anything's
side of that
possible.
mountain, it shook everything loose. Make an insight check.
I have advantage on insight.
Actually, everyone listening to the conversation can make an insight check with this, as Ajax said this.
Jeez, that's terrible.
Oh dear.
No, okay.
18.
Oh, 18.
I had a 5.
Okay. Elle, insight?
21!
There we go.
21.
All right.
Leave it to the kids.
So 18 and the 21. As Ajax says, can't remember what it was I just said.
Oh,
As Ajax says,
shook
like
loose.
everything shook loose when he fell off the mountain. You see almost like a little tick. He kind of blinks and jolts, just like a fraction, not as much as I did, just a fraction. As he kind of just refocuses on Basil. And like I said in that fight the other day,
What just happened?
what?
You just did a thing.
What thing?
What just happened? You just look at that. But
Sir Basil kind of turns. Did he?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
what was that? Did you remember something?
There's something
You
there.
believe
isn't there?
us. Focus on it.
Shoot, I'm trying to stay serious.
Think hard. It's coming back. I can see it in your eye.
No.
You want to believe. We're not monsters.
I've come face to face with monsters. You're not monsters. You're just crazy.
That's what I would say. Listen, we're not here to hurt you.
He kind of moves his hand away and just like runs a hand through his feathers on his head. That part of my life is gone. It's gone and you're dredging it back up. What is your game?
We need you to remember because there's something very wrong and very evil at play here. And we believe that you're at the center of it. I don't know, we don't know why you don't remember, Petra. We don't know why you remember things differently than all of us. But we need to we need to know why.
Especially if we're trying to do peace treaties.
Maybe we're wrong. Give us a chance to find out.
You both can make a persuasion check, or one of you can roll with advantage here.
I have like +0 persuasion.
+1, it's the same. Leave in the heart of the dice.
Are you gonna roll twice? Okay.
Heart of the dice!
No, I'm just rolling once. You roll once, too.
The DC for this
Nat
is
20.
20.
I rolled an 18.
I was just about to say the DC for this is going to be an 18.
The heart of the dice!
Woo!
Wow.
We join hands and surround him. Tell us the truth. Tell us the truth. I'm joking.
How?
Sir Basil looks to Mrs. Q, Cam, Elle. Is there a spell we can do? Is there some way to determine what is happening with Ajax?
I could try to spell magic.
Yeah, that might help.
Would you allow me to try it?
Do you even know what it is you're trying to dispel?
Some kind of necromancy magic.
His eyes just go wide as soon as you mention it.
Maybe I should have kept that.
No, it's
Too late.
This is good. This
No,
is the tension
Mrs.
and
Q
the
tells the
feel.
truth always, so she wouldn't hide anything. Let me see how this works.
Is it gonna hurt?
No.
He kind of looks over towards Ceridian, who just sort of like nods. I'm not lying, Ajax. I need you.
There'll be coffee on the other side.
See you on the other side. Fine.
Okay.
He holds his flask up to the sky.
So what's your favorite food? Maybe we can get it ready for you when you come out.
I want my shield back.
Yeah.
Before we do this, because if you are going to cast a spell that's going to try and hurt me, I need my shield.
It's not gonna hurt.
Trust works both ways, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Where's my shield?
I pull it out of my pocket. It's right here. I think the important thing is I didn't lie about having it. I didn't try and hide the fact or sneak around with it.
What's your point?
Just saying that I was hoping you can trust us. Mrs. Q?
When I was in the perch guard, kids like you didn't make it to the field. Give it back.
Don't give it back!
Give it back.
Now I'm conflicted.
Your own favorite person.
See, the kid says don't give it back, and I throw it. I just throw it at you.
Oh!
Throw it at Ajax.
Okay, I gotta figure out how this works.
Latches it back on his arm.
Okay. So he's cool with this? Yes? I'm assuming he agreed. That's why we gave him back the thing. Okay.
You can see he's like, I'll do this for Steph as well. You can
I'll
see
just
he's
take
kind
it
of,
all night.
he has his hands, sorry, he's only got one. He has his one hand that's kind of like holding on to the forearm of his stump arm with his shield. He's keeping like one hand on it right now.
Sir Basil's gonna be like, soldier's honor, trust. And he's gonna kind of almost gesture for him to kind of like just sit in front of Mrs. Q.
Sitting really isn't necessary.
I'll stand
You
then.
can stand, it's okay. Okay.
He is a bit taller than you as he kind of just like is sort of looking down at you. Eyes are a little furtive at this point.
Okay. I've never used this spell before, so if anyone else has, you may have told me. Is that, okay, let me read what it says here. So the components are V and S, meaning verbal and symbol.
Somatic.
Somatic,
So-
so a hand gesture.
Okay, can do.
Yes, this exactly.
Just but little arm.
Just a little.
So it says choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of 3rd level or lower on the target ends. For each spell of 4th level or higher on the target, make an ability check using your spell casting ability, and the DC equals 10 plus the spell's level.
Whoa.
Which is the bit that's confusing me. I don't know what that means. On a successful check, the spell ends.
Elle, do you think you can help Mrs. Q with this?
With guidance.
Wait.
Maybe.
If I use my help action, could that give you advantage?
Yeah,
Give
the
you
best I could do
advantage?
is guidance, but I don't think it would work on a spell. Oh, wait, is this a kind of ability that you're doing?
It says that it's an ability check using your spellcasting ability. So that's technically an ability check, so guidance should work, I think.
What's your spell casting modifier?
I have no idea.
It's wisdom.
So it's going to be your wisdom. The,
Should say
the
at the
plus,
top,
the little
right?
Plus 2.
number.
Plus 2. Yeah. Okay. So how would I know whether I needed to...
So
Or would I
that's
just do
based
this?
on my side.
Okay.
So this is, we're gonna play it out like this. So Elle is able to kind of give you a little extra boost, and as you go, describe how you go about trying to dispel this.
Like visually what it looks like?
Just what does Mrs. Q's magic look like in this case?
Okay. Mrs. Q's magic. You see Mrs. Q sort of like hold on to her necklace and close her eyes, and she starts like mumbling under her breath. You can't really make out what it is she's saying, but there's sort of this like pink and green hue that sort of emanates out and surrounds Ajax. But it's very soft. It's not like scary looking or anything. It's more like the wind is blowing around him with this pink and green.
Flower petals and cut
Perfect.
grass.
Yeah, flower petals and cut grass.
Yeah.
As you go ahead and release this spell and just try and focus in on whatever this is that's involved with Ajax, because you are the one casting this spell, as you kind of push in to this magic, there's a ringing in your ears, and you start to hear, he's mine, and it shunts you out.
Whoa.
Okay.
You can see that Ajax's eyes have kind of rolled back into his head and come back as he takes a breath. Did it work?
So it pushed me right out.
It
I
pushed
couldn't
you
do diddly
out.
squat.
Would there
I
have
couldn't
been
even
like
do
a
the check.
physical reaction? So like, even though it's all like maybe like mental, would it have physically caused you to like move?
I would imagine that Mrs. Q would have probably like.
Kind
This
of
is the first time you're using this spell. but you hit something that didn't like it and rejected your magic.
Okay.
It seems like dispel magic did not work
Okay.
in this case.
Okay. That's a shame. Worth a try.
Well done.
It didn't work,
Didn't work.
so there's nothing there.
No, there's definitely something there.
What did you see? What did you feel?
I heard a voice.
Was it a girl's voice?
It was
Sexy, saucy voice.
it was a very androgynous voice.
Would she have recognized the voice?
No. I don't think I've ever made that voice before
Well,
here,
no.
so.
Was it?
It was in common.
Is in common?
Yep.
Okay.
And it, as soon as I pushed the spell towards it, I could hear it, like, push against me. Like, I could hear its effort. And he said, "No, he's mine," and pushed my spell out.
I believe you.
Thank you. And your eyes rolled into the back of your head. There was a physical change. Did you feel that?
Just kind of felt like you had punched me in the chest.
I'm sorry about that.
Warning next time would be nice.
What does this mean? What else can we try?
This means that it is not something that dispel magic will affect. So perhaps it is not a spell, but some other form of magic.
Roll an Arcana check.
Can Elle do an Arcana check as well? Because she's been watching
Sure.
and she's seen it at first. Yeah.
Sure, I will allow you to do an Arcana check, yes.
Can I use the guidance that I didn't use on the Arcana check, seeing as it's ability check? Or is
Yeah,
it specific?
you know what? It lasts for a minute, so yeah, go for it. Yeah. So plus a d4 to your roll.
Amazing. Okay. 8 plus 1 is 9 plus 5.
Ooh, wow.
15. Okay.
14.
14.
14?
No,
Okay.
No, from her.
14
14 from
Okay, Mrs. Q got a 14. Elle, Arcana?
I got 18 plus 4, so
Whoa!
20... 22?
Is that
Being
usually
nice.
20?
Yes.
I'm a smart 12-year-old.
Is that the toadstool d20?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've rolled anything under 14.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
waiting for it to betray me.
Great. Okay. All right, so 14 and a 22. Yeah, with that, you both kind of... You'll both get the idea, Elle, you in particular, because you have like a theory of magic that you sort of work from. Dispel magic does not work for everything. There are particular areas of magic that that dispel magic is not quite strong enough to handle. Mrs. Q, you know that as well. Elle, because of your handle on this theory of magic, curses is something that dispel magic cannot dispel. You need something a little bit more potent.
Interesting.
What did you
Darkness.
Just speaking out loud.
Like a group of crows.
say? Nice save. Here.
Group of corvum.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. We have crows in this world too.
As the crow flies, yes, that is an expression.
Yeah.
So what happens now then? Your thing didn't work.
But it did give us some information.
Is there anything else we can try?
I think what the information it's given us is that you know there's something inside you, and hopefully you can trust that we're trying to help you. I don't want to help you, but I can see that it's useful for all of us. You don't have to like me.
I don't.
You don't have to.
I don't.
I got enough people at home. At least I like to think they do.
Alright. So what now?
Mr. Ajax,
Yeah, what?
You remember telling us about a green light?
Yeah, what about it?
When were the times you can remember seeing the green light? What was happening? Were you about to be hurt? Was something about to attack you when it happened?
That's a great question, kid. It was once during a fight a couple days ago with those devils. And then the first time I saw it, it was 10 odd years ago. When I was in the Corvum regiment of the Perch Guard stationed here in the mountains. There was a flash of green light, and then it was kind of like my body was moving on its own accord, and that's when we, everyone in that regiment, attacked the other one. But then Dace cut my arm off and pushed me off the side of a mountain, and I woke up as me again in my body. And I thought it was over. Wow, what do you think is going on?
Well, I think, just like in the stories, that there's a bad guy, and maybe you're being a bad guy without knowing it. It seems like when there's a flash of green, you don't have as much control. So maybe we have to watch to see what brings on the flash of green. Like if you're about to be hurt, or if something else happens.
I've spent 10 years with the bandits in dangerous situations and been fine. And then you all show up and the green comes back. So right now I'm thinking you had something to do with it.
Yeah, but Dace was with us, and Dace was there when it originally happened. Are you sure it's not a Dace thing?
Dace wasn't there when it originally happened. He was with the Strig regiment.
Okay. I thought...
And Dace wasn't there with the fight with Petra.
No. But didn't you say you guys all fought each other and that's when you lost your arm?
My regiment was up in the mountains one day, and there was this flash of green, and like I said, it was like I was watching my body act without me. Mm-hmm. But it was all of us, all the Corvum in that regiment. And the Corvum in that regiment were told to attack the Strig when they came looking for us the next night.
Gotcha.
Bird on bird violence.
Dace and I were buddies going through the Perch Guard Academy, and we were stationed together just in separate sections. I don't know what happened to the rest of that regiment. I thought Dace was dead.
Yeah.
But if you were traveling with him and you didn't mention it, then I don't know what to tell you.
Dace kept to himself.
So what do we think? Just out of character here. What do we think?
I wonder if we need to look for something in Brackenmill. Like, I don't have anything that can dispel a curse.
Well,
Brackenmill's done, isn't it? It's toast.
yeah, either we have to
Oh, that's true. There's not much.
try and do something to dispel a curse or continue the curse route, or like kind of like what Steph was thinking, like, do we have to try and like trigger
Coax
an
it
event
out.
to happen? Like, do we need to like actually try and hurt him?
But how then, even if we do that, how do we do anything about it without hurting him?
That's the thing. You gotta find somebody who can remove a curse, or you kill him.
Yeah.
And then the curse might hit one of us. Who knows?
And in the fight with Petra, did he like friendly fire? Did he attack any of us?
He was weird, but he fought it off.
Or did it just happen?
He said
Okay. So
he came on and he like fought through it.
Would
I'm cool with what the group wants to do. Cam is he wants to kill this one.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of.
if we could, I mean, the fact that I heard a voice when I cast it makes me think that I don't know if like curse and possession would come under the same umbrella, because it sounded like a thing as opposed to Like just
I got like one thing to try, like to deal with possessions, but it might not work.
Because I have the ability to like kill undead things,
Yeah, that's not the same.
but I don't think it's gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's everything I have.
Yeah, and, like
There's no undead here.
apart from doing like radiant damage, there's not really much I can do, and I don't think that's the solution.
No.
The thing that I was thinking, but then it probably wouldn't fit with Sir Basil's character, is like put him to sleep and then try to stab him. And just see what happens.
So you're on
That
campsite.
does not.
Or
you-
try and shoot him with an arrow. Purposely see if we try and like kill him or hurt him, or maybe not kill him, but seriously hurt him.
Yeah.
If this possession thing will take over.
Aren't you lawful good?
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's like it doesn't really fit with my
Okay.
character, but that's what I'm thinking.
Really,
In another
really,
world.
really stress him out.
So,
What's the team want to do?
I can't justify killing him right now. If he attacks us, we can kill him later.
Mrs. Q would not.
But do we want to continue with traveling with him if we know like?
He hasn't done anything weird.
What's he gonna do?
Yet.
If we tell him like get lost, he's just gonna go back to the bandit camp.
Maybe he's just old and he's getting like Birdsheimer's.
Birdsheimer's.
I don't think Birdsheimer's would talk to me when I tried to cast a spell on it.
What would Ceridian want to do?
Ceridian?
Yeah.
His general is. He's just found out that his general is like possessed
she's a
by
she, she's a she.
something.
Just remember
Ceridian
that. Is a she.
Yes, has
You were
found
saying
out.
he.
Oh, sorry. Ceridian has found out that her general
Madame Idiom.
is possessed by something
Mm-hmm.
and is not really cooperating. So what does Ceridian want to do?
What would Ceridian do?
You can kind of see Ceridian is processing this information.
hey,
And
Jack.
she just kind of like, after a beat of silence, she just takes a deep sigh. Ajax, I gotta do what's good for people here. I've cared about the people who have been displaced by the fires and the people who get left behind and the people who are injured and afraid. We can't let you go, man. We need to figure this out, and you need to cooperate so we can figure this out. But if you might hurt us, or if you might go back up to that camp and hurt all those innocent people who came to us for shelter, I can't let you do that. Go ahead, Ken.
Well, we've been talking a lot about trust here, Ajax. If you don't mind.
Oh, you're gonna be the one to do this?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Just see if I can coax whatever's inside you out.
How? Are you
Well,
gonna dangle like coffee in front of it?
I didn't think of that. That's
Good. Everything up here seems really like coffee.
a really coffee-centric society.
Open your mouth. Open your mouth. Let's just uncork
I
it.
already had a sip. Stop it.
If you feel something that's not you come up, can you just promise me you'll try and fight it out of you? Because if
I don't even know
I
what
just
that
need,
would feel
I just need to know that you're on our side.
Fine. Fine.
I walk up to him. If you really don't trust me, I pull out my knife with the hilt towards it. Here. If you don't trust me, you got the knife.
Yeah, one of how many? 8 on your
I'm
person?
I'm only down to 3.
Right. Right.
It's my B-list dagger. I put my hand on him.
Couldn't we do something to maybe like contain him in case he's going to act out? Like a preemptive?
Oh, he's not going to hit me.
I don't know.
Continue.
I'm going to cast protection from evil to try and give him advantage against possessions.
Okay. Advantage on a roll against possessions?
Yeah.
Okay.
If the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, the target has advantage on any new saving throws against the relevant effects.
For how long?
I can focus on it for up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
The target has advantage on any new saving throws against the relevant effects. You rub your hands together, you go and reach out to him, lay a hand on him. He kind of like stiffens a little bit, side-eyeing you, but just lets it happen. And as you kind of once again, you've done this once before, but as you push up against the magic in Ajax that you know is there is a shock on your hand, and the burning sensation returns to that handprint that's on your palm, and you feel yourself almost get like yanked away. It's like you're fighting to actually maintain the contact for the spell.
When that happens, can I like fly back?
You're gonna exaggerate it?
Yes.
Make a performance check.
Yes.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Nice.
20. Dirty
20?
20. 20.
You fly back.
See what you do?
I didn't even move. I didn't touch him. Serdian kind of has like the knuckles on her broadsword hilt are just turning white.
How are we handling this, Serdian?
What are you talking about? You saw he barely touched me.
Just know we're not lying to you.
Serdian's gonna kind of look from you to Ajax to you, Cam. What do we do?
We could shackle him for
What
now.
do we do?
I have these little handcuffs.
Is that gonna help?
He won't be able to swing at us till we figure out what's going on. Find someone that can help.
Nobody has anything that can help.
Not yet.
Nobody can remove a curse.
Nope.
Nobody can get this thing out of him.
Miss
It
Gill?
is a new day because we did have a long sleep. If you want like change your spells or
Oh, that's true.
If you are so sure this is a curse, how do none of you know how to get rid of a curse?
I can totally look my spells. Mrs. Q is thinking, how far
Yes.
are we away from Susan's house?
The other side of
The other
Humblewood.
side of Humblewood. Dang it! It's like, no problem, just
The
go see
very,
Susan.
the very opposite side of Humblewood.
Dang, that's a shame.
What do you need to remove a curse? Have you ever done it?
Nope. I have not. Okay, hang on. Okay. Do we think Susan might know?
Can you ask her?
Yes.
Yeah, ask her.
Who's
Maybe she
Susan?
could walk you through it.
Yeah, who? Elle was not there. That's a really good point. Elle was not there to meet Susan.
Who's Susan?
Susan is
answer.
well, I can't remember what it wasn't a witch.
She was a friend.
Yeah,
She was a little hedge.
She was
magic user
yeah,
of some sort.
she was a magic hedge that helped us bring Cam back to life when he died the first time.
Make it sound like there's a second
died?
time.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a zombie.
It was a
So
really
Basil's just
distressing
like,
time. We don't talk
oh
about
boy.
it often.
Oh boy.
Mortality's a thing in this world, but don't worry, we can bring you back if you die.
I should have a spell for that too.
Steph, take an
Yeah?
inspiration for that. I know you know what happened,
Actually,
but that was great.
I think I
Take
still have inspiration from a while ago. I keep forgetting I have it.
Oh, well, they don't stack, so that's unfortunate. Alright.
Sorry, I'm just checking
No,
to see
that's
if I
okay.
can switch a spell out. Which feels kind of underhanded.
No, you can do it every time.
I know,
every day,
but
right?
You can do it every morning.
I know, but
I think if you spend an hour, you can also change a
there.
prepared spell.
remove curse.
No.
Okay, let's see how it works.
I've heard that in a
All
while.
classes affecting one creature or
whole cleric
object,
thing?
and if the object is a person.
The whole cleric
Worth a
thing.
try. Okay, let me ditch
Because
something
you don't
else.
get spells back as a cleric. And
No, I know.
You can prepare spells each morning, but I don't think you...
There's like a meditation thing, I think.
Okay.
Maybe that's
Did you add
domain specific.
Yes. Okay. Mrs. Q has 2 things that she can try.
Okay.
Step 1 is a 3rd level remove curse spell.
Okay.
Mrs. Q looks at Ajax and says, there's a few more things I want to try before we jump to anything harsh or uncomfortable for you. First, I'm going to...
Great. Nothing gives confidence like that. Great. Excellent.
Well,
What do you want to try?
first I'm going to try and remove the curse.
That feels like something you should have started with.
Yeah, I only just thought of it. I thought
Great.
I'd, dispel magic. Now we know it's a curse, so now I can
Oh, wait.
remove it.
Great. Excellent.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you
Yeah,
need
good.
anything?
Go for it.
You need like
Yeah, can we help at all? Can I buff you up?
Does she remove curse?
I just added it.
So I will say, I'll remind you the start of each day to
I
prepare
know.
your
I'm
curses, but
so
I'll let
sorry.
it go for this.
Thank
That's
you
totally
very
fine.
much. Yes, I appreciate that.
But I will remind you that it's something new, and I should have reminded you.
It's okay. I am always forgetting.
We
Okay.
knew it was a curse yesterday, so you would have. Did we know it was a
No,
curse?
Cam knew it was a
Cam
curse,
knew it
and he
was.
did not share it. So
I had
none of
it
you
from
knew.
last session, but yeah,
Was,
that probably wasn't.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
had
okay.
it in 2, but Lee never
Lucky
brought it up
today.
again.
We're gonna go
Yeah.
with the story,
Okay.
but that will be the one and only bypass.
Yes, yep, that's fair. I think I don't.
I don't know.
Come
I don't think I
Components?
need to do any. Just verbal and semantic.
Cool.
Whatever the word is.
And then there's
Semantic is not.
there's no
the word.
real buff or anything, right? It's just
No, at your touch, all curses affecting one
That's what I was
creature or
thinking.
object end. If the object is a cursed magic item, its curse remains, but the spell
This one, but,
breaks
like,
its owner's attunement to the object so it can be removed or discarded.
anyways.
So it just does.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all curses affecting one creature, object, end. Oh,
This is my.
okay. Great.
Wait, get ready for the audio clip.
As what audio clip?
Oh, I have this curse escaping.
Oh.
See pigeon noises.
just a little.
Alright. Yeah, Steph does it better. Okay, so as you go ahead and dial into this once more.
Yep.
And you cast Remove Curse on Ajax. You can all see this happen this time as you're looking. Once more, his eyes roll back into his head. You can see his whole body as he's standing there just stiffen. You can see the fingers on his one hand start to kind of flex and bend and flex and bend as his arm just starts to twitch. His whole body starts to convulse in on itself, and he lets out this scream, this ungodly scream that I'm not gonna do because I can't do it. You can see him as he just crushes in on himself and starts to groan and tear at his armor. You can see as he just starts to grab onto his feathers and just pull and shake his head.
While this happening, Mrs. Q's still waving around. So she's
Voices!
should have warned him that this might hurt.
There's so many voices in here! Get him out! Get him out! As he's just kind of screaming to the wind. You're making a lot of noise at the base of this mountain. As you go ahead and finish the cast, Ajax is kind of crumpled on all fours, holding his head and rocking just a little bit. You can see his shoulders just like shaking. And you hear, not gonna be that easy. He's mine! And as he raises his head, you can see it almost seems to like move from ethereal back to material as the like structure of Ajax's face kind of moves to like skull and bone back to material of his feathers. Skull and bone back to material. He almost kind of looks like he's moving in, you know, like the red-blue 3D glasses? That's kind of the effect you're sort of getting, where it's almost pulsing. He stands up to his full height. You can see kind of a shimmer on his armor. He reaches for a hand axe, bumps open his shield, and that's where we'll end.
Dang.
Why did we give him the shield back?